Ross. They're on the horn. Middlebrooks, Amarista, Jerko, and Solarte. The outfield left to right. Upton, Maben, and Kemp with Derek Norris behind the plate. Ross at 6'5" and 230. 27 years of age. And before the game, a little football action, running some deep routes. It goes Middlebrooks with Upton on the defensive coverage.
Yeah, how about Upton with the hand check there? Was he beyond the 5-yard line?
I think he was, and I saw a flag thrown. Yep, I saw,
Professor.
Yep. That fan in the 5th row that was heckling you in our warm-up today tossed the flag. They were all officials, aren't they? Part of the game. Well, calling the balls and strikes today is John Byrne with Barrett, Guccione, and Whitson on the bases. After a couple of sellouts over the weekend, a smaller audience expected today, but the Padres averaging almost 8,000 a game here this spring. Record numbers. Set to go. Adam Eaton steps in and swings at the first pitch. Amarista throws him out by half stride. That'll bring up Melky Cabrera. Officially 80 degrees at the start of our action today. We've not really had the sweltering heat this spring. It's been very pleasant.
Very nice, and also a nice little breeze to go along with it.
And the breeze today just barely fluttering the flags out atop the batter's eye in center field. Cabrera, always a tough out. He's hitting .333 this spring. Acquired as a free agent. Toronto Blue Jays last year. He hit .301 with 16 homers. As a career switch hitter, better from the left side. Takes a strike, 1-1.
Big acquisition for the White Sox. The Southsiders this year finally have a legitimate number 2 guy in that order. It's been a black hole the last 3 years.
There's the slider, 1-2.
In fact, Dick, you could even say number 1 and number 2 key acquisitions. Adam Eaton, line drive hitter, puts the ball in play, good speed. Melky Cabrera, he's a table setter for the 3 and 4 hitters. The last 3 years for the White Sox, their number 2 hitter below a .300 on base percentage. That ain't going to get it done.
No, not with those big bombers that follow, including the man on deck, first baseman Jose Abreu, who led the American League and the major leagues in slugging percentage as a career hitter. That's a robust .286 for Melky. Watch out. That one skips into the dugout of the Padres there on the first base side.
Saying, hey, the field's out that way. We're trying to enjoy a big league ball game here.
Yes, it's just 2 weeks away, the opening of the season for the Padres and the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Another chance for Amarista. 2 away. Confirming our guess of the weather, 80 degrees on the button. No humidity to speak of, and a very light breeze out of the south. Sunny skies. We talk about the high sky, and for day games here at this time of the year, high fly balls are right into the sun.
Yeah.
And we saw that over the weekend. A couple that dropped free of the infielders and outfielders who couldn't locate it.
Yeah, you better have the Maui gyms on, right? Protect those ojos against El Sol, especially here in Arizona.
Abreu from Cuba, 28 years of age, a big man, 6'3", 255 pounds, and Amarista has gone to retire the side. 6'3", 6'3", 6'3" for the little ninja. Padres come up. Maben will be leading it off.
The 20
his best roster. He's got some equipment to work with this year. Here's the lineup for the Padres. Cameron Maybin to lead it off. Solarte is at first base. His versatility, again, expressed by the fact that he can play 3 infield positions and 2 outfield. Upton will bat third with Kemp in the cleanup hole. Carlos Quinton is the DH today. Will Middlebrooks at third. Then Jerko, Norris, and Amarista. Jose Quintana, 26-year-old from Colombia, the left-hander. Ken Harrelson and Steve Stone, the broadcast team for television for Chicago, commenting on here is really the hard luck pitcher. They just don't get him any runs. He has so many no decisions, most in the major leagues in the last 3 years. No decisions. That means he's pitched well.
Yep.
And then no support, and when he leaves, then the bullpen lets him down.
Dick, where the White Sox play, U.S. Cellular Park, it's a hitter's paradise, right? He only gave up 10 home runs the whole season, 200-plus innings.
That's amazing.
10.
Maybin sends it in the air off first in foul territory. Abreu trying to get a beat on it, and coming over from second base comes Sanchez, and out of our view, unable to come up with a play. Now we got a better shot here from this angle.
Dick, you made the point earlier. You've got to deal with the sun. He hears that tarp. He hears the footsteps of that tarp creeping up on him. And this is one of those situations, obviously, in spring training. You want to play the game, get your at-bats, and not get hurt. That could have had disaster written all over. You can see it pull up a little bit.
Outside 2-1. Quintana, 6 feet 1 inch tall, 220 pounds. Maybin's season numbers a year ago, only 1 home run. That was a disappointing season for Maybin. Injuries being a part of that. And he works the count in his favor, 3-1.
Well, it's a part of spring training where you work the count 3-1, and you get that fastball if anywhere around that area of the dish where it's your hot zone, your happy zone. Put a good level swing on it, square it up, good things will happen. See if he gets that fastball here.
He gets it high, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Maybin. And that gives us a chance to check the White Sox defense. Cabrera in left, Eaton in center, and Garcia, the right fielder. Gillespie at third, Ramirez and Sanchez, the double play combination with Abreu at first. Quintana's catcher is Giovanni Soto. Stepping in, Jan Solarte. Hitting .308 this spring. It's easy to forget. He was just a rookie last year, despite the fact he's 26. And his combined numbers with the Yankees and the Padres, decent indeed.
Yeah, we tend to forget. I mean, even I'm guilty of that. When you look at a track record of a kid, you know, prior to this year, Dick, only 469 major league at-bats.
Yeah.
Right?
Switch hitter, that adds to the total versatility. Defensively, you can play him in a lot of spots. But Black was talking about that again today when he came over from the Yankees in the Chase Headley trade at midseason a year ago. He brought that versatility, and he also brought an energy.
Yes, he did.
And Bud pointed out that in the second half of the year, with Solarte part of the team, Padres were 36 and 31.
And it was apparent right out of the get-go. I remember him getting on base, scoring a run, and creating some excitement in that dugout for the Padres.
He not only hit .260 overall, he had 10 home runs on the season, and he walked 53 times. Struck out only 58 times.
Hey, could this be a preview of the World Series this year? White Sox Pods?
Oh,
come on now.
You Chicago native, you Illinois native, you'd love nothing more than that.
Padres all the way, though. Come on now.
Of course, but to go back to Chicago to beat up on them.
Southsiders?
Yeah, the Pailhoes, the Chi Sox.
Yeah. Go-Go Sox.
Upstairs again, and a little trouble with his control. Quintana falls behind 3-0 after walking Maybin on 5 pitches.
You know, control was not a problem for Quintana last year in those 200-plus innings. Only issued 52 free passes while striking out 178.
That's a strike. 91 on the fastball. This is the 20th game of the spring. Padres looking for a win to level their record at 10-10. The White Sox are 7-9. with 3 ties. Off the fist, and that's going to fall in front of left fielder Cabrera. Advancing to second, Maben on a soft single to left. Solarte.
One thing I remember last year about Solarte as well, not only the energy he brought to the ball club, but with the type of swing that he has, it's very aggressive, right? I'm not going to say it's overly aggressive, but it's firm. It's to the ball, and when that happens, if you get jammed, you still have a chance to drop it in back of the infielders. If it's off the end of the bat, it has a chance to dump the other way into the outfield. Not feeling for the ball, attacking the baseball.
Well, here's a hitter. We won't say much about soft singles. Justin Upton, when he makes contact, watch out. He's hit some lasers this spring. 5 of them doubles. Throwing a couple of home runs, hitting .310. And takes a strike. Matt Kemp moves into the on-deck circle. Well, you see the Mariners.com in the background of the right-handed hitters. Of course, a reminder that Seattle shares this facility with the Padres. They use the third base dugout. And they'll be matched against each other tomorrow. Andrew Kashner gets the call on the mound tomorrow against Seattle. Another breaking ball, 1-2.
Good recognition of that breaking ball out of the hand of Quintana, and Upton not even sniffing at that last pitch. Quintana trying to make him fish for something down and out of the zone. Not happening.
No one out. Maben at second. Solarte with a single at first. Another breaking ball, low, 2-2.
Boy, I hope that this is the sign of the times for this year as Matt Kemp waits on deck. Multiple base runners. Top part of the order, middle of the order. Punch, right? Put some pressure on that guy out there on that hill. One swing of the bat, 3-run shot. Dig a hole early for the opposition.
And he's low and inside again. A steady diet of breaking balls. Full count now to Upton. Quintana from Colombia, with all the players that have migrated to the major leagues, and so many of them outstanding from South America and the Caribbean. Not many from Colombia, but one of them was an old friend of ours here with the Padres, Ernesto Frieri. Edgar Renteria, also from Colombia. 3-2 pitch, high in the air, that high sky. Sanchez makes the play. That was going to be ruled. Who almost doubles up Maben, who had wandered off second base. Even though it was shallow right field, first base umpire Ted Barrett had gone out to say that's an infield fly. That's a tough call for the umpire. That's in between.
It is, because both fielders seemed like they were moving. They both had a bead on it, but there was that instant when the umpire makes that judgment call to where he is camped, quote, kind of camped underneath the ball. It's going to make the play, and that hand went up in the air. Infield fly. Batter is automatically out. Runners can advance at their own risk.
And Maben with a quick throw from Sanchez barely got back in time. Now here's cleanup hitter Matt Kemp. Good spring for the ex-Dodger, hitting .357, a couple of home runs. That'll be a souvenir down the right field side. That foursome there was here early. They were enjoying just talking about baseball.
Going over the hitters?
Yeah, got to go over the hitters. Check swing, foul tip. Quintana jumps in front of Kemp, 2 strikes.
Well, Quintana's going to have some difficulty with the control, and Matt Kemp, he got a pitch that was up, could not hold it up. Tip into the glove. Now he finds himself 0-2. Let's see what type of game plan he has here, being in the hole. Quintana probably waste one up and in.
Up the middle, stab by Quintana, throws to short, back to first. A fancy double play. 1-6-3. What a turn by Ramirez. Graceful, ballet-like around second to complete the 1-6-3 double play.
Top of the second. You know, these players spend 40 some odd days here in Arizona, and they got to find a way to pass the time when they're not playing baseball. And for Tyson Ross and one of his buddies, Blake Smith, they challenge each other to trick shots. And look what Tyson Ross came up with. Ready? 1 wall, 2 wall. Nice little spin and nothing but net. So he challenged his buddy Blake Smith to another shot. Blake actually came up with a pretty good one. We can't quite show it to you because, well, he was sitting on the toilet in the video. You want to know something funny? I asked Tyson, how many times did you try that to get the video? He says only 10, which we didn't really believe. So we asked his girlfriend, Ashley, who shot the video. She says, I promise you, only 10 times. So Tyson now, he's up. He's got to work on a new one.
Oh, that's great stuff, Chris.
There's an awful joke in there someplace. Connor Gillespie leads off for the White Sox in the second. Avi Garcia to follow, and then Alexi Ramirez. Gillespie 6 for 30 on the spring, and another ground ball. 4 straight ground ball outs tossed up there by Tyson Ross, who needed only 9 pitches to get through the first inning.
Well, the ground ball to me means that Tyson Ross is getting some good late action on that pitch. The big, tall right-hander has got that arm slot working down, and the hitter subsequently hitting down on the baseball. Let's check it out. That's a breaking ball, and he's out front just a little bit.
Hung it a bit, but they got away with it.
But the speed, you're right, Dick. He did hang it, but the speed of the ball kind of tricked the hitter. Therefore, just kind of felt for that ball in the weak grounder.
Avi Garcia, the right fielder, another big man, 6'4" and 240 pounds. He's only 23, from Venezuela. 46 games last year before he suffered a torn labrum, but he hit 7 home runs in those 46 games. And he's batting .400 this spring. Good looking pitch. 95 on the Ross fastball.
That's right where he wants to be. Knee high, pepper in that strike zone.
Too low again. No, then a late call went around.
Let's see what Garcia. Oh, he went. Absolutely.
He did go. You're right. But you're a little quick on the call. You know, you're not supposed to call ball or strike until the ball reaches home plate. I mean, that's kind of the basic rule. 2-2 now.
That last pitch was a devastating slider out of the hand. Looks like a straight fastball, and then that cutting action tilt depth to it, down and away. Good luck for Garcia on that one.
And that one up foul.
96 out of the hand of Tyson Ross.
Well, the Padres open at Los Angeles and then come home on Thursday night for 4 with the Giants. White Sox open their season on the road as well. They go to Kansas City for the first 3, and then their home opener against the Minnesota Twins. Got him swinging. Weak wave by Garcia. First strikeout for Ross.
Pitching coach Darren Balsley said before the game, the slider is electric. Quote, it is mid-season form. We just saw it right there. And he's done quite well with the fastball location as well. Up on top, pull the string. Wow. Bad hack also.
Yeah, looks like a fastball until about halfway up there, and then it dives away from that right-handed hitter. This is Alexi Ramirez, another Cuban. He's 33. He led all American League shortstops in participating in double plays, and you saw him convert a nifty one to end the first inning. Another ground ball. Cross from Middlebrooks to first baseman Solarte. 6 up, 6 down for Tyson Ross. The family picnics, and mom and dad taking the youngsters out, watch a ball game, enjoy a picnic here at Bavaria Stadium. Yeah, some notable Padre hitting performances this spring. Tommy Medica, all-world, .556 with 4 homers and 11 runs batted in, a slugging percentage over 1,000. Matt Kemp, Will Middlebrooks, Cody Decker, .286 with a couple of home runs, including a grand slam.
Yeah, Tommy Medica, the front runner of the Cactus League MVP, he'll be going home with the 70-inch big screen TV if he holds on to that, putting up those numbers.
I thought they got a Rolex and a new automobile for that.
Oh, no, I think it's the big screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
They get a Thanksgiving turkey in that one, too?
Yep.
They put that in the back seat.
Yeah.
Carlos Quentin, the DH today. We saw Carlos on the weekend and grab the first baseman's glove and get some action there at first base. The former White Sox, 4 years on the south side. Those 4 years he had 36, 21, 26, and 24 home runs. One and two.
They've got the shift on Carlos Quentin for the White Sox. 3 on the left side of the infield.
So those 4 years add up to 107 home runs. Productive. 320 runs batted in 4 years. And he came to the Padres, where in his 3 years that's been shackled by injuries. Watch out. Just the top of the screen. Quinton, Middlebrooks, and Jerko for the Padres, who face a left-handed starter one of the few times this spring. And of course, it's a lineup loaded with right-handed hitters. Little training for opening day 2 weeks hence against Clayton Kershaw.
Well, one thing I've noticed early on, well, 4 hitters to the plate already for the Padres. Maben, Solarte, Upton, and Kemp. They're laying off that slider down and in for a ball. That's a good sign. Good recognition out of the hand by the Padre hitters. Just a change up right here.
Chop toward short. Ramirez across to Abreu. One away.
Well, it looks like he gave him the fastball, but it was a well-located fastball for the grounder.
Third baseman Will Middlebrooks hitting .333 this spring. Entered the major leagues with a big splash. Last year injuries took him down to 191. But as a rookie in 2012 and half of season hit 15 home runs.
I'm really excited to see Will Middlebrooks this year with the Padres. Talking to some of the coaches, they really like what they see, the way he puts together at bats. His 2-strike approach as well. There's been a couple times when he's had 2 strikes on him and has flared some hits, staying on that pitch, taking it where it is pitched. That's a good sign. Plus, he's got some pop, Dick. He can put the ball in the ballpark.
High fly ball back of first, shallow and right toward the line, and Garcia there to make the play. 2 away. Well, Wednesday, Fox Sports San Diego gets up close and personal with Coach Steve Fisher and the Aztecs as they break down the experience in the NCAA tournament. Aztec-based basketball with Steve Fisher, all new this Wednesday, 7:30 on Fox Sports San Diego. Well, they made a run at it. They fell behind 8-0 early against Duke, and then they rallied. They were within 7 in the middle of the second half, and then they went on one of those 7-minute scoreless strings without a basket, rather, and Duke prevailed rather handily. But another good season. Wasn't great, but it was mighty good, and more ahead. I'm sure Coach Fisher will give us some insights on that. Jed Jerko. Slow spring for the Padres second baseman, hitting 188. And some concern, 32 at bats. He struck out 16 times. 2-1. Jerko pleased his West Virginia Mountaineers, a big win last night to advance to the Sweet 16. They took care of Maryland. Well, what a defense. They just swarming defense. Turnover to turnover they forced. 3-1. Jerko, an outstanding high school basketball player in the Mountaineer State.
He'd bring the rock up the court, right?
Yeah, could shoot it too. Ground ball fair, hits the bag at third and skips behind the third baseman Gillespie, and Jerko has a base hit. Well surveyed. That's why they put the bag there.
Good swing, 3-1 also.
Derek Norris, the catcher, he's hungry for some hits. 2 for 29.
A 3-1 count, so Quintana's probably, he's going to try to spot the fastball. Jerko gets it, and we know that Jed can turn on the fastball. Watch the hands. Recognizes it, foot is down, in, he tops it. And look at that. Placed perfectly. Hitting the pillow down at third.
Second Padre hit. Solarte with a single in the first inning. With the Oakland A's last year, a .270 hitter with 10 home runs, made the All-Star team. I pop foul off first. That's going to make it into the crowd. No, over to first baseman Abreu at the edge of the dugout. After 2 here in Peoria, no score.
A great goal for our staff. You know, that means everyone's out there taking the ball every 5th day, pitching deep into games, and, you know, giving us a chance. So, you know, I think if we can get to 1,000 as a unit, that's going to put us in a good position as a team.
And that was a challenge thrown out by James Shields when he came to San Diego in the first press conference. He'd like the starting rotation to log 1,000 innings, meaning each starter getting 200 in the books. And Ross came close last year, 4 1/3 innings away from 200. First pitch strike to Tyler Flowers. Catcher DH. Flowers 241, but some long balls last year, 15 home runs. Breaking ball, late call strike.
You know, so how can I say it? Few teams have that starting rotation intact 1 through 5 for a full year. If you've got that going for you, I'll tell you what, chances are you're going to be smelling the playoffs.
That's going to be a tough play. Charged by Middlebrooks on the run, flips it to first for the out. Nicely done. 7 in a row retired by Ross. There's his overall record last year, 31 starts, 195 2/3 innings. The 2.81 ERA was the 11th best in the entire National League. 195 strikeouts in 195 plus innings.
Best Padre pitcher last year, and you know, I still find it, I have to double, triple, quadruple check. Tyson Ross didn't even crack the top 10 in Cy Young voting. Are you kidding me?
Because his record was 13 and 14.
See, to me, I throw that out the window. I look at hits, innings pitched, whip. I look at ERA. He had one of the better ERAs in Major League Baseball as well.
He did indeed. But the voters look at one-loss record, and if you don't have a winning record, it's tough to vote for you. Too many others are logging, you know, the 20 and 12 seasons or the 18 and 13 season.
Remember that one year, Dick, when King Felix Hernandez, he won the Cy Young with like a 14 and 13 record or 13 and 14 record?
Yeah. That year they did respect the fact that he pitched well every time out. And Tyson Ross, folks, remember, 15 games last year, he pitched 6 or more innings, allowing 2 or less runs. That was third best in all of the National League. He had Adam Wainwright and Clayton Kershaw did it 17 times. Swing and a miss by Giovanni Soto, hitting .333 this spring. He's been on both sides of the city of Chicago with the Cubs and now with the White Sox.
Well, with a swing like that, why not throw another slider?
Did he go? Nope.
Outside or low? Outside.
Soto was the 11th round pick of the Cubs in 2001. No, he checked.
He did?
Fouled at the plate. Carlos Sanchez, the second baseman, is on deck. Pleased you've joined us. Have some time off on this Monday. Very pleasant day here in the desert. Padres and the White Sox. No score here in the third. Got him. There it is. Wicked. Second strikeout for Ross. 8 straight retired.
Oh, wow. Tyson Ross can pretty much tell hitters that, hey, I'm going to throw you a slider, okay? Here it comes. All right? Yeah, it's a slider. Still, good luck.
He missed that by half a foot.
Yeah, after that swing right there, you go back to the dugout and have a scotch and Soto.
Soto, huh? Double Soto?
Yeah. Dave Roberts on the left, bench coach. Darren Balsley, best pitching coach in all of Major League Baseball, right there on the right.
Carlos Sanchez, 22-year-old from Venezuela. Just 100 at-bats with the Sox last year, hit .250. A little taste of that. Well, let's see, 5's a pretty good number. Sanchez, they gave him 5 because the numbers 2, 3, and 4 have all been retired by the White Sox. Another swing and a miss. Ross 1 and 2. That's a changeup from Tyson.
Good call, Professor. Breaking out the combio right there.
Just a little inside. 2 and 2. Well, yesterday against the Cubs over in Mesa, James Shields, 5 innings of no-hit ball. Ross a strikeout or a strike away from going 3 no-hit innings. Ooh, that was a wicked line drive, and some of the fans weren't paying attention. Hopefully that hit an empty seat.
That foul ball into the stands was like skipping a rock on a lake. Coming in hot. Now everybody's telling their buddy, oh yeah, I could have had it if I was to my left a little bit, or if I didn't have the nachos in my hand.
You mean the nachos that are sprayed 3 rows
Exactly.
back? Oh, hit him on a 2-2 pitch. Sanchez is the first base runner for the White Sox today.
Oh, there goes the perfect game. Tyson Ross trying to bury a fastball in. Let's see where Norris is set up. Yeah, he wants it in. And he just yanks it a little bit. Sanchez turns into it. Hey, not a bad thing, right? Because there's 2 outs. Tyson gets to work out of the stretch for the first time in this game. Get a little work out of the stretch for the right-hander.
Tough chance over there for Solarte on the throw by Ross. Sanchez stole just 1 base last year. Adam Eaton, pesky leadoff man, played his college ball at Miami of Ohio. He's 5'8", 185 pounds, acquired from the Arizona Diamondbacks a year ago. He was a 19th round pick of the D-backs. Solid season last year on the South Side. He led the National League in triples with 10. Contributed 26 doubles. Good contact hitter with speed. Solid glove in center field. So they said, let's keep him around. A 5-year deal, $23.5 million signed this week.
Short stroke, line drives, hits the gaps. At times he can, he can turn on one and send one out of the park, especially there on the south side of Chicago where the ball has a tendency to jump. I love how Buddy cheerleads from the bench. You can hear him on the field mics, He'll shout some encouragement.
Yeah, some of the managers you'll never hear.
Never hear a word.
2-1 now to Eaton. Wind is picked up just a bit, blowing out toward the left field corner. '40th pitch coming up from Tyson. That drops in there. 2-2.
Nice smooth delivery right there. And when things are smooth in the delivery, as Melky Cabrera waits on deck, out of the hand is going to be smooth, not overthrowing. Good break on that last pitch.
Runner goes. The throw not in time. Sanchez with a stolen base. Pitch missed at the plate, so it's 2-2 on Eaton.
Pretty decent job. It looked like it was an off-speed pitch, so a changeup. And yanked the throw to the shortstop side.
Count now 3-2 to Eaton. Swing and a miss, and Ross takes care of business. There's that wicked slider again. 3 strikeouts for Tyson Ross. Through 3 innings, only a hit batsman to mar a perfect 3 for the big right-hander from Cal Berkeley. And the Padres are scoreless, and tonight on Fox Sports San Diego, we invite you to join Steve Hartman and Mike Costa as they get you dialed in on the latest sports news and updates. Extra 1360. Fox Sports San Diego returns tonight, 10 o'clock. Hartman and Costa. Padres bring up Amarista, and then the top of the order, Maven and Solarte in the bottom of the third against Jose Quintana. Alexis had a nice spring, hitting .357. There are his totals from last year. 1-1. Working hard during the spring to make contact, not try to pull every ball. Use that left side of the diamond.
Yeah, especially with the third baseman creeping in there. Any third baseman.
But he pulls that one. A nice big hop for the first baseman, and Abreu takes care of the first out here in the third.
Tough to take that big breaking ball the opposite way there. Speeds up the bat. Catches it out in front for the big one hopper to Jose Abreu.
Maben walked to lead off the first inning for the Padres. I was trying to think of what time the gates are open Petco Park home games. Is it 5 or is it 5:30?
You know, we could find that answer.
Yeah, well, somebody should
we'll put
be
our
able to
people
give us
on
it. The reason that I'm asking for that time is for you fans that want to hear some loud noises and incredible power display to come out early and watch batting practice of the Padres. So if you come just when the gates open, you'll see part of the batting practice.
It's part of the whole experience, right?
It is. And there's some sounds bat against ball here in the spring in Peoria that we haven't heard before at Petco. So just a thought. I've always wanted to get the ballpark, and as soon as those gates were open, as a fan, I wanted to be there to watch batting practice. 2-1 now to Cameron Maben. That hits the inside corner.
Got it right here, Cam.
Shortstop Ramirez, another opportunity. 2 away. Well, let's take a look at our television schedule here on Fox Sports San Diego here in the spring. Some action left March 27th. It'll be the Rockies here at Peoria. Then on March 31st, the Royals. And then we'll kick off the home season, Petco, with the final exhibition game against the Mexico City Diablos Rojas.
That's going to be fun. Fan fest,
Yeah.
ball game, TV.
I hear that is all but a sellout already. That's all free, and fans have gone online to get their tickets. Going to be really exciting. Another sweeping ground ball. Solarte to Ramirez, keeping the shortstop busy. A quick 1-2-3 inning. On to the 4th. No score. Padres no runs, a couple of singles off Jose Quintana. No runs, no hits for the White Sox. Tyson Ross. Off season, the White Sox have added these names: Samardzija, former Cub, and then traded to Oakland, now from Oakland. Samardzija will be one of their top pitchers. David Robertson, a top reliever with the Yankees last year, saved 39 games. You're going to see him today, at least he's scheduled to pitch. Melky Cabrera on that list, acquired from Toronto with his .300 batting average. He grounded to short his first time. Bounces that one foul. Adam LaRoche, a consistent home run hitter. He's hit 25 or more 6 times in his career, so he'll share duties at first base with Jose Abreu and Zach Duke from the Milwaukee Braves.
Yeah, LaRoche has got that left-handed bat that can hit at U.S. Cellular Park in Chicago, hitter's paradise. Can spell Abreu over at first base. Samardzija, of course, he's got 1 year left on the contract. Before free agency, I should say.
He pitched yesterday, got cuffed around, gave up 3 home runs. But, you know, this is the middle of the spring training where Cabrera sweeps that one to second base, and Jerko takes care of it for the first out. Where they call it the dead arm stage. You know, they've been around. These pitchers have been throwing in camp for about a month now.
Yeah, it happens. You play long toss, you get on the mound, you get on the side, you just play, you know, catch, just get loose in the morning, and all of a sudden your arm gets to that stage where it feels kind of dead. It doesn't hurt. It just feels like you're not getting any whip getting through the throwing zone. Ball feels like it's not coming out of your hand quite as well.
So
and everybody's different.
Yeah, so sometimes you'll see pitchers just take a turn off.
Yeah.
Just you know, rest the arm.
Yeah.
And then build it up for the start of the season. Abreu grounded to shortstop his first time. Quite a specimen. He is a big man. 6'3" and 255 pounds. And they say he's a terrific clubhouse leader. Working on his English, he's going to be the man in the clubhouse.
Cienfuegos, Cuba. Jose Abreu. There's that slider. And speaking of Cuba, a great loss for the White Sox and baseball organization. Minnie Minoso.
Yeah.
Orestes Minnie Minoso passed away this offseason. And good old number 9, Mr. White Sox.
One of the numbers retired by the White Sox, number 9. Orestes Minnie Minoso.
Was a PCL Padre, 1949-1950. AAA club for the Cleveland Indians, Minnie Minoso was.
Wasn't he the first black player for the White Sox? 2-2 the count. And it goes full to Abreu with Connor Gillespie, the third baseman, on deck. That one skips off the roof of the third base dugout after it hit Abreu and still wound up above the aisle on the left field side. Checking to see if those are all in place down there. Abreu last year as a rookie, 317, 36 homers, 107 runs batted in. Bam, just off the toe.
Call a tow truck.
Looks like he has a little protective device there right on the toe. Manager Robin Ventura in his 4th year with the White Sox, one of the great players. Drafted by the White Sox, in fact.
A 4th year for Robin.
Oklahoma State. He was a gold medal winner in 1988, the Olympics. Man, that was about 45-footer. First walk from Tyson. That'll bring up Connor Gillespie. We mentioned Minoso with the retired number 9. I know you followed all the White Sox, so you didn't have a chance to study here, so I'm not expecting you to get all of these right.
Okay.
But the early numbers were the, number 2.
Nellie Fox.
Right. Number 3.
Harold Baines.
Right. Who's uniform.
He's a coach. Love
now.
Harold Baines.
And number 4.
Luke Luke Appling.
Luke Appling.
Old aches and pains.
Yeah, very nice. And number 9, of course, Minoso. And number 11.
Louis Aparicio.
Right. And here's one you may not get, 16.
Is 16 like a Bill Veeck number?
Well, it's a Hall of Famer. Maybe he won more games than any White Sox pitcher.
Oh, early win?
No. Ted Lyons.
Oh, that's...
Oh, that one gets away, and Norris scampers after it as Abreu goes to second base on the wild pitch.
Regular leg kick, nice and easy, just yanked it. And you know, we saw that from Tyson last year a little bit. Sometimes the arm has a tendency to drag a little bit, and then you got to get in that mode to where you try to catch up. You rush it, and then before you know it, you yank it. Either yank it or you don't hang on to it long enough, and it's up and out of the zone.
I know our friends up in Montecito near Santa Barbara, Jan Ann and Dick Kaler, watching, are smiling because they're a lifetime, she especially, Chicago White Sox fan. In fact, their dog is Nellie. Swing and a miss by Gillespie. 1-2. Nellie Fox, his jaw was about as big as the barrel of the bat that he used. Remember, he used that real thick bat, choked up on it. Two and two. Man at second with one out for the White Sox without a hit thus far. We're in the fourth. Abreu perched at second. Man at the plate, Gillespie, an interesting guy. He is a storm chaser. College studied meteorology and has tracked several tornadoes. Fascinated by that phenomenon. Like to create one of his own. He had a career season last year, hitting .282, drove in 57. In fact, his father has connections with the Padres. His dad, Mark, was drafted by the Padres in 1981 out of Mississippi State.
I played against his dad. That's when you know you're getting old.
Mark Gillespie.
He was a Beaumont Golden Gator, AA for the Padres, and I had the luxury of living in Shreveport, Louisiana that summer.
Was he a pitcher? Was he, Mark?
He was a position player. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pleasure down there. It doesn't get too hot and humid down there, does it? High drive to center field. Maben trying to find it in the sun. Does he have it? Oh, no. That sends Abreu on his way to third. They're going to wave him home, and no, they put up the brakes in a quick relay by the Padres. Well, we expected to see that. It's a tough sun sky this time of the day, this time of the year here in Peoria. So winding up at second with a sun double is Connor Gillespie.
Yeah, when you look at the outfielders, and you know, Cameron Maben, you look at him when he's facing the infield, right? That shadow is short and it's directly behind him. He is wearing the sunglasses, so you try to separate yourself between glove, ball, and then your eyes, right? You want the ball in between your glove and your head. Well, with the perfect positioning of the sun, he's doing everything right. He's using the glove, he's wearing the shades, just happened to lose that ball in the sun. Could not come up with the catch.
Now, why do you think Darren Bolsley's going out to talk to Ross now?
Probably just to give him a little bit of a breather. He's been working hard. This is his fourth inning of work. He made a good pitch. The ball wasn't hit hard. Could be also maybe a little scouting report as well with runners at second, third.
23-year-old Avi Garcia is the batter. He struck out swinging the first time. White Sox threatened to score here with one out, runners at second and third. A walk and a fly ball sun double.
Let's take a look at Cameron Maben in action in center field. Okay, he's got the glove, right? He's got the shades on, and at that last second, it just blends right in with the sun, and we know what that means.
He just feels so helpless.
Oh, yeah.
Challenged him inside with 95. Got him. 3 pitches, and Garcia sits down. 4 strikeouts. Tyson Ross, a big one with runners at second and third and 1 out.
Is that a big horse in action? Second and third, 1 out. Even it's a high breaking ball. That's a hanging breaking ball. But Garcia, no chance trying to catch up with that one. The speed, the break, gets him swinging.
That'll bring up Alexi Ramirez, who leads the White Sox this spring and runs driven in with 13. Couple out there potentially now for him at this at bat. He grounded to third his first time up. Looks as if it's going to be in the strike zone, but by the time you take the swing, it's bending away outside. And he comes back with a fastball. Paints the outside corner, 0-2. That looked like it was in the same spot as the previous pitch.
Wow.
One would think this is about it this inning for Ross, as his pitch count's up to 66.
I mean, not only was it a good pitch, but I thought he went.
You know what? I agree with you. How's that for a shocker, huh?
Hey, strike him out again here, Tyson.
Fastball or slider here?
I say slider. 1-2. Derek Norris, just be aware. Be on your toes if it's in the dirt.
Got him with the slider. How about that for some pitching? Ross with runners at second and third. Fans Garcia and Ramirez. No damage done by that fly ball double. Nope. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, the power of together. And by Saquon, real friendly and real close. With Mark Grant, Chris Button, Dick Enberg, pleased you've joined us here on this Monday afternoon from the desert, the Valley of the Sun, Peoria, Arizona. Spring training home of the San Diego Padres, who come to bat in the bottom of the fourth inning with Upton, Kemp, and Quinton, 3 sluggers due for the Padres against Jose Quintana, who has allowed just a couple of singles through 3 innings. Upton popped up to second his first time. Kemp to follow. The main practice field here at Peoria for the Padres, and there's what, 6 diamonds, 5 or 6. Backs up to the outfield of the Seattle Mariners complex. Foul back over our heads. And in batting practice, the left field wall, 380 feet. There's what, about a 30-foot road or pathway between the outfield, left field Padres side. Over the Seattle complex mirrors the Padre complex. And Upton and Middlebrooks and Kemp, they're planting balls.
Small, huh?
Yeah, the Mariner outfielders are ducking on the other side.
Yeah, they're going to have to put a net up there, huh? With these guys in the lineup, the potential power, or not, I shouldn't say potential, the power that they have.
Yeah, the word of the day is awesome, and they certainly are all of that. Three balls and a strike. Ball 4, leadoff walk. Second allowed by Quintana. He walked Maben to lead off the first inning. Yeah, that usually comes around and bites you. Let's see what happens here in the 4th as Matt Kemp steps up.
Yeah, walks weren't the issue last year. We noted that earlier. But Quintana just kind of not feeling that release point. As you take a look at the ball strike ratio, pretty much 50-50.
Kemp grounded into a 1-6-3 double play his first time. And this could be another. Knocks Ramirez down, the power of the drive, but he turns 6-4-3. So 2 ups and 2 double plays for Matt Kemp.
Well, that's why pitchers cannot get frustrated when you issue a pass, a free pass that is, with nobody out. If you've got the confidence and you can make a good quality pitch.
And Kemp can't be disappointed either. He smacked the ball hard. I mean, this ball is blistered. Knocked Ramirez right on his backside.
Yep.
But hit so hard it was easy to turn 2 right from the seat of his pants. Ramirez with his throw to Sanchez. Quinton grounded to short his first time. Pretty economical outing by Quintana. Just 52 pitches. That one bounces in. Again, the shift on Carlos Quinton with Sanchez, the second baseman, just a step on the shortstop side. Lone figure Abreu on the right side. Had that sensational year in 2008 in Chicago with the White Sox. 36 homers and 100 RBIs. Did he go? No. Quentin again. His first one to point to the first base umpire. As if to say, yeah, go ahead and ask him. I didn't go.
Carlos is known for doing that. And I'll tell you what, all the years watching baseball, I don't think I ever saw a player do that until Carlos came to the Padres.
Ooh, he went.
And he's like, check, I'll prove I didn't go. Check with the first base umpire. I think he went too.
2-2. And the count works full. Yeah, there's some interesting battles left here with just 2 weeks remaining in spring training. Less than 2 weeks, actually. Pretty well can figure out all but one position. That ball hammered deep but foul. Of the positions, you're going to have 5 extra position players. One of them is going to be a backup catcher. One of them is going to be a second infielder, backup middle infielder.
Right.
One is going to be either Middlebrooks or Solarte, and it appears Will Venable will make it as the fourth outfielder. That leaves one left for some pretty impressive names. Hit to left field and hooking into the corner, and that's going to fall for a base hit. And Quentin on his way. Not smacked hard, but well placed. He just drove that into the open spot down the left field line for the first extra base hit for the Padres today. Well, that double play becomes important now. Kemp's double play that preceded Quentin's double.
Well, that's what the Padres possess this year. After a quick one pitch, 2-out double play, you've got some guys who come up to the plate with potential to prolong the inning. Carlos Quentin, we know that he can hit. Now Will Middlebrooks, see if he can drive him in with 2 outs.
That's the third double this spring for Quentin, plus a home run, so half of his hits for extra bases. So these are the names, and probably only one of them will make the final roster. Quentin, Maben, Medica, who's the hottest hitter in the spring on the planet, Almonte, and Spanshenberg.
You know,
wow.
Dick, yeah, and that's why it's tough decisions, and that's why it's a good problem to have. Not good for the players battling for it, but it's like the bullpen as well. Like the position players for the bench, the same situation is true for the bullpen. Somebody's going to get the short end of the stick, and that there's only 25 roster spots you can fill.
What a delicious problem for the Padres. They haven't had that kind of quandary facing management in a long time. Might mean that younger players with options, that'll be the decision. They'll go to AAA. It might mean a trade will be in order. So it's going to be a busy time for A.J. Preller between now and the finalization of the 25-man roster. Middlebrooks flying to right his first time. Line drive. Ramirez stabs it with a backhand. The throw is bounced in, and he gets him on 2 hops to throw. Wow, what an inning for Ramirez. He starts a double play on the smash by Kemp, and he takes a single and a run away from Middlebrooks with that backhanded stab and throw on the backside 2-hopper. Inning over. Sunshine and spring training baseball, Cactus League variety here at Peoria Stadium. Talking about that 5th spot in the starting rotation. The battle continues. Brandon Morrow and Grisamer Despagne. They're going to pitch in the same game. I think it's Thursday, as Bud Black and Darren Balsley trying to make a judgment which man is going to start, which one will go to the bullpen.
2 totally different types of pitchers, right? Morrow with the power arm, the power slider. Despaigne with the different arm angles, different types of pitches, flipping it up there.
Yonder Alonso takes over for Solarte at first base as we open the 5th inning on a ground ball to Middlebrooks at third. And he takes care of Tyler Flowers, one away, and Ross has the ground ball working for him.
I tell you, he is so locked in today. This is one of the dirtiest, filthiest Tyson Ross that I've seen in a long time, and he was darn right nasty last year. But for a spring training game, he's locked in.
8 ground balls, Mark Grant. 5 strikeouts. The only ball hit to the outfield was that fly ball lost in the sun by Cameron Maben. Giovanni Soto struck out the first time. Just to complete the retired numbers for the White Sox, we left off at number 16, Ted Lyons, who won 260 games as a White Sox, most ever. And number 19, another pitcher.
How far? Give me a year, like a circa
50s, 60s, 60s.
I said early win earlier, but
no,
not early win. Bob Shaw?
No, Billy Pierce.
Oh, Billy Pierce.
Easy to forget Billy Pierce,
Yeah.
acquired from the Tigers. Swing and a miss. Soto. And then number 72.
Carlton Fisk.
27 backwards.
Yeah.
And then most recently, 14 and 35.
Paulie Canerco, number 14.
And 35.
The big hurt, Frank Thomas, Hall of Famer.
It's quite a list, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Great tradition.
Right field, Kemp. And there's 2 away. Yeah, the White Sox won the World Series back in 2005, sweeping the Astros, and that ended a long drought. It had been since 1917 for them to win a series. And hoping to rebuild that pitching staff. It looks as if they're going to score enough runs with this lineup. We'll see how Jeff Samardzija works, and certainly this Quintana is an impressive left-hander.
Yeah, pitching is going to be a big key. ERA toward the bottom of the American League for the White Sox. A lot of walks. They led Major League Baseball as a staff in walks.
That's an ouch. Yeah. That's, can't defend that one. Sanchez hit by a pitch, a 3-2 pitch, first time up, a breaking ball. Didn't really get out of the way, just turned into it. Oh. Matt Shepard starts to throw in the White Sox bullpen. Ground ball off the fist, and Amarista there to scoop and throw across. Retires Sanchez, and another 1-2-3 inning for Tyson Ross. What an outing. Only 1 hit allowed.
The fifth still scoreless. Jed Jerko coming up to bat here, and he's been disappointed with the way he's hit so far this spring training. So he's been coming in extra early to spend some time in the cage with Mark Kotsay and Alonzo Powell. And talking to Mark Kotsay, he said, we're not really trying to fix anything technical. It's more of just getting that extra repetition. Buddy Black saying today it's nothing that concerns him. He said sometimes those numbers during spring training can just be a little bit misleading.
Nevertheless, Jerko's hungry for some hits. Thank you, Chris Budden. He did pick up a hit the first time up, a ground ball that clipped the third base bag for a hit. It'll be Norris and Amarista to follow against Jose Quintana. Good-looking left-hander for the White Sox. Fouled at the plate. There's the new hitting coach, along with Alonzo Powell, Mark Kotsay.
Talk about spending a lot of time in the cage, around the cage, on the field.
Invader into our booth. Wanted to get an autograph from Mark Grant. What kind of bird is that?
A little friend here, a little finch,
sparrow,
or maybe it's a sparrow.
It's a little baby, huh?
Yeah. He's got the best seat in the house.
1-2. Ground ball up the middle, and Jerko's 2 for 2. Birdman of baseball releases his little friend.
Be free.
Reminds me that on this date, a very important date in American history, as we look at Jerko delivering that one up the middle.
You know what? The last inning, I kind of noticed, even though they were outs, they were hard outs, right, Dick?
They were indeed.
Yeah. Nice plays that were made.
Yeah, Ramirez took away a couple of hits. Your release of the bird. Remindful that on March 23rd, you'll remember this from your history lessons, in 1775, one of the famous quotes of all time in the Virginia Provincial Convention. Give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry.
Yeah.
I think the bird was a big historian fan. Get me out of here. Ground ball up the middle. Ramirez can't get that one off the bat of Derek Norris. And back-to-back singles. Jerko and Norris. And the Padres have something brewing here in the 5th inning. Both up the middle.
Another hard-hit ground ball out of the reach of Ramirez. Padres got something going.
Your little friend has come back to visit us. I think he's afraid he's hiding behind our monitor now.
Is he?
Yeah. I was trying to read, his beak was moving. He said, let's play 2.
He might be a Blue Jay or an Orioles scout in disguise.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Cardinal, right?
No, isn't there a Sparrows? I think in the Japanese league there's a Swallows.
Right.
Amarista grounded to first, his first at bat.
Yeah, we've got a bird that was flying up around here, and I was actually holding him. Whoops.
There he goes.
He's not going to bite, Dick. Pick him up.
There he goes.
Oh, there he goes. Oh. He'll be back. He knows
we give you liberty. That's a spring training first. Whoa! Trying to bunt Amarista, and that was a self-defense. Hit the ball where it hits you.
Well, the first thing that enters my mind is when you see a ball like that get up and in to a hitter squaring is a broken finger. Get those digits out of the way. See this ball up and in, and then just above the fingers there, the barrel of the bat.
But this is a situation that Amarista is going to see during the course of the year. He's going to be down low in the batting order. He's going to have to. There goes the third base man charging, and the shortstop racing over to cover as they put on the wheel play.
Yep. And you know what, on that play there, if you're a runner at second base, if you can beat the shortstop, it's a sprint. And even if you can't beat him by a step or two, do you think that the throw down to third base, he'll be able to catch that ball on the run and apply a tag? I say if you're the runner, if you see that third baseman crashing and that shortstop starts sprinting, I say get in a race with him. Go with him.
Jerko with a safe lead there at second. 2 strikes now on Amarista. Spoils that one. The only left-handed batter in the lineup today for Bud Black in the starting lineup, Amarista. Alonso has joined the lineup as a substitute, and he'll bat second. 2 on and a couple of singles up the middle. No one out here in the 5th. No score. And you can see how Quintana's one-loss record last year is so misleading, just as Tyson Ross's is. He was 9-11. He had 7. Check that. He had 12 no decisions.
Yeah, that's not getting any support. That's some bad luck as well, right?
But he's a good-looking pitcher.
He most certainly is.
And Steve Stone, working with Ken Harrelson, the Chicago White Sox crew next door, was commenting on how they really like his talent, and sometimes the record can be so unflattering and misleading. Ground ball foul. That could have served as the sacrifice.
Putting up quite a battle with 2 strikes.
Cameron Maben, the leadoff man, waits his turn. 75 on the pitch count. Tyson Ross, 80 pitches in his start, and an excellent start it was. When you think of it, you take away that fly ball that was lost in the sun by Cameron Maben. It's 5 no-hit innings for Tyson Ross following James Shields' 5 no-hit innings yesterday. How about that? 10 consecutive innings. Really could have been 10 straight no-hit. A spring training 2-game no-hitter.
That's a good sign.
Ground ball through the left side. That's what we're talking about. Using that left side of the field. And Amarista's hit loads the bases for the Padres. Jerko to third. Amarista goes to first, and Norris up to second.
That's a nice battle right there from pitch number 1. Lefty Quintana against Amarista. Trying to get the butt down. Almost got a hand taken off, and then battles with 2 strikes. Hits the big hole to the left side. Some big time pressure now on the White Sox and Quintana with the bases loaded.
So no one out. Bases full for Cameron Maben. He is walked and grounded to short. Yonder Alonso, hitting in Solardi's spot, is on deck. Ball 1. Six hits now for the Padres. 1 extra base. Carlos Quentin's double. 3 consecutive singles here in the 5th. That's a tough strike call.
Don't help him. Come on. Come on, Cam.
Well, Cameron Maben, he's in the seat here where he can wait for a pitch that is elevated and do some damage. Don't overswing. Nice.
2-1.
Laying off the cambio, the changeup.
Kevin Quackenbush getting ready in the Padre pen. Padre over every pillow. Jerko at third, Norris at second, Amarista at first, no one out, and the action pitch 2-1 coming up. Grounded to third, body of the dive of Gillespie. Jerko scores. Here comes Norris. Turning third is Amarista. Here comes the relay to the plate. Going to be close. He is out. But the Padres get two, and on the play, Maben winds up at third. And San Diego takes the lead 2-0.
Well, the Padres putting together some good at-bats right here in the fifth. Multiple base runners. The pressure's on Quintana. 2-1. He's on it. Look at how smooth. Look at how effortless that is. Great recognition out of the hand of Quintana. And Maben takes third base on the double with the throw to the plate.
Couple of RBIs for Cameron Maben. He had just one coming into the game today, and Alonso a chance to pick up Maben infield in, and he hits it to right center field, dying in a hurry, and it'll fall for a base hit. Maben can trot home. It is a 3-0 Padre lead. Alonso delivers.
So many good signs we've seen this spring training. How about the at-bat against Quintana Amarista, right? Well, lefty on lefty. We saw in one of our TV games earlier this year where yonder Alonso capitalized and got a hit and made a difference against a left-handed pitcher. Driving in a run there, being aggressive early on a bad pitch by Quintana.
Quite an inning this fifth for the Padres. 5 consecutive hits. Jerko single, Norris single, Amarista single, double Maben, now a single Alonso.
The Volkswagen Jetta is really
Padres here at the bottom of the fifth, and Quintana against Maben. The pressure's on Quintana. 1-1. He's trying to work down, get that ground ball. Cameron Maben turns on that fastball, and it just goes to show you what an inch, maybe 2 inches could do. That pitch is up a little bit. He pulls it, keeps it fair, throws going home, and Cameron's thinking, I'm going to take another 90 feet. I'll let yonder Alonso drive me in. Nice little inning right here for San Diego.
You bet. 5 straight hits. The only out recorded at home plate on the relay that nailed Amarista. But Alonso knocks in Maben. And with 1 out, here's Jake Petrichka. There's his numbers from last season. 67 games in relief. Good ERA. Tough 253 batting against him. Only 3 home runs allowed. Played at Indiana State in Terre Haute. 26 years of age, 6'5" right-hander.
Not a bad ERA, but the win-loss record, you look at that, 1-6. Once again, as we mentioned, not really the best year last year for Chicago.
Signed by the Yankees out of college in 2009. 2-0 to Upton, drafted in the 34th round. Upton has popped to second and walked the last time. Kemp on deck. Alonso with an RBI single, his 5th RBI of the spring at first base. That ball hit high to left field. Cabrera circling under it. 2 away.
That's the second ball this afternoon that Justin Upton has just missed. His first at bat, he popped up to second base. There was that infield fly rule, but he just missed it. You can tell by his reaction. He walked last time up, and that one just got under it just a little bit. Let's check it out. On contact, where is this pitch at? And out of the hand, you can tell that is an elevated pitch, middle in, and that's exactly where hitters like it. Just working underneath it a little bit too much. Ooh.
Kemp up twice, grounded into 2 double plays. Strike 1. Hit one back to the mound in the first inning, a 1-6-3 double play, and then smashed one to short that knocked Ramirez on his backside and hit so hard they turned the 6-4-3 double play easily. Right field, will it stay fair? Yes, it will. Drops it in toward the line. Alonso hustling, and so is Kemp on his way to second, and he is in there. The throw gets away. That will allow Alonso to score, and Kemp to third. It's 4-0. Another hustle play by Matt Kemp. We saw that 2 days ago. He stretched a bloop single into a double, and he was running all the way after looping that one down the right field line.
He's getting in regular season mode. Same intensity. Not only running the bases, but also defensively diving for some balls, as this one is flared to right. The play's right in front of him. So that ball kind of checks up a little bit as Garcia has to get to it. Now his momentum's going away from the play, so Matt's thinking, I'm going to turn on the Jets. Pop-up slide, which I love.
Throw hit Kemp, so the error will be charged to the right fielder Garcia. It's not an RBI, as Alonso goes to third on the double and scores on the air. And now a ground ball through the left side for Carlos Quentin, and Kemp scores. It's 5-0. Second hit for Quentin, who doubled the last time up. Wow, what an inning. 7 hits for the Padres here in the 5th inning as they have batted around as Middlebrook steps up.
Padres got the hitting bug this afternoon against Chicago. You can tell on that swing, the feet were set. That front foot was set for Carlos Quentin. He did a nice job of keeping his weight back, keeping his hands back, and then throwing the head of that bat. And we know that he can hit. That kid can hit. You know, if the hands start going forward, if the body starts going forward, you lose all your power. Pretty much done. Not the case there.
We're giving the final pitching totals for Quintana. 4 1/3 innings, 4 runs, all earned, 8 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Middlebrooks fly to right, had a hit taken away from him, and a good play made by Ramirez at shortstop the last time. Big 5th, and they've rolled a 5. Three balls and a strike to Middlebrooks. Chad Jerko on deck. He started this go around with a base hit up the middle. He singled, Norris singled, Amarista singled, load the bases, Maben a 2-run double. Alonso in his first at bat of the game, an RBI single. Kemp a hustle double, and Carlos Quentin an RBI single. At first base with the count full now to Middlebrooks.
Hopefully the 1, 2, 3 innings this coming up year for the Padres 2015 are extinct, right? We saw too many of those last year.
Yeah,
offensively.
Crooked number innings are nice. Remains full on Middlebrooks.
Armpit to armpit. A lot of sewing going on right there on the back of that uniform for Will Middlebrooks.
Yeah, he's got the surname Victory on the roster this year, 12 letters. Big enough to carry that arch. Another foul.
Kind of pulled off that high breaking ball from Petrichka.
Well, one of the good stories of this spring is Carlos Quentin playing first base, outfield. He's made some hard slides, coming up with no serious injuries or nagging injuries, delivering base hits. High fly ball. He just missed that one. Melky Cabrera, left field. And that's it for the inning, but the Padres bat around. 5 runs on these 7 hits. Single. Well, we're not going to show you all 7, but we'll show you some key ones. 5 runs.
Here in the top of the 6th, the Padres put up 5 as they lead 5-0. And I'm joined with today's starter, Tyson Ross. And I want to get this right. Mark Grant called you today the dirtiest and filthiest he's ever seen, which I think only in baseball would that be a compliment. How did it feel out there today for you?
I felt good. I had some good timing going. I was in rhythm early and getting some outs, so it was fun.
Where are you right now in spring training in terms of throwing everything that you would throw in a normal game?
Today was pretty normal. Normal sequences. I was working with Norris for the first time in a game, and I think we're on the same page.
We saw your team put up 5 runs there in the last inning. This is what we're hoping to see the rest of the season. So knowing that you guys have that power, how does that change your mindset as a starting pitcher in comparison maybe to last year?
It's the same game. You go out there trying to attack hitters and bring in some zeros. And, we got some good offense this year, and hopefully they can go to work again.
Earlier in the show, we aired a little bit of your Twitter war with Blake Smith, and we're going to air it here in just a second. Some nice moves with the basketball. First off, how did you even figure out, were you laying on the couch thinking if I go off this wall, if I go this wall, I'll sink it in there?
Yeah, I just figured I'd give it a couple bounces off the wall and hopefully it would go in, and I found something that worked.
Only 10 tries? We did get confirmation from your girlfriend, only 10 tries. When it went in, what went through your mind?
I was just happy it only took 10, yeah. That was cool.
You started working on the next one?
I think I'm on the clock right now. Blake had a good shot, so I got to figure something out tonight.
How are you on the actual hardwood? Because we know that a couple of you guys get out there early and shoot around. Can you take your fellow teammates?
No, my scrolls are limited to the mini hoop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Enjoy it. We're waiting to see the next one, so let us know when it's out. You'll find it on Tyson Ross's Twitter. Guys.
All right, thank you, Chris. Tyson Ross, such a wonderful young guy.
Most certainly is. He's a prince, man.
Yeah, we're going to miss his brother, Joe Ross. Ross was involved in the trade that brought Will Myers to the Padres. 3-team trade, and Joe goes to the Washington Nationals and pitches and looks so much like Tyson. So Kevin Quackenbush comes in and strikes out Adam Eaton, the leadoff man. That'll bring up Melky Cabrera. He takes a strike. He's grounded out twice. So Tyson Ross, 5 innings, no runs, 1 hit, and that was a fly ball. Sun lost base hit, walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 5. 80 pitches. So Cabrera with a count 1-1. The Padres with a 5-0 lead. Several changes. Rocky Gale has gone into the game for the Padres. He's behind the plate. Alonso's already been introduced at first. Medica replaces Upton in left. Almonte has taken Kemp's spot in right.
So if you're scoring at home, Maben, Alonso, Almonte, Gale, DH spot, Middlebrooks, Jerko, Medica, Amarista.
Drive to right field, and that ball is collected by Maben on the warning path. Well struck by Cabrera.
Long run. That ball hung up there just enough for Cameron Maben to utilize his speed. He can track it down to the right center field gap.
That'll bring up big Jose Abreu, who was grounded to short and walked. One of 3 base runners allowed by Tyson Ross. The walk, 1 hit batter, and the single, or the double rather, the fly ball double. And with the invasion now of all that Cuban talent, and Abreu has really shown his incredible talent. American League Rookie of the Year, and he was 4th in the MVP balloting. He shrinks the ballpark dimensions when he steps in the batter's box.
He's got a good idea at the plate as well. You know, as Dick mentioned, he's from Cuba, so he played a long time down there, 27 years old, but still, it's a different ball game coming to the major leagues.
Broken back ground ball right at Alonso. He'll take it to the bag himself, and Quackenbush works a 1-2-3 6th inning here in Peoria. The Padres with a 5-0 lead. Bottom of the 6th, it's time for the Bill Howe Plays of the Game, authored by Tyson Ross. Allowed only one outfield put out. One after another ground ball outs, and he threw in 5 strikeouts as well. A dominating performance by Tyson Ross, our Bill Howe Plays of the Game.
Bud Black, the manager for the Padres, very happy, along with Darren Ballsy, the pitching coach for the Padres, and that means he had good downward action, both tilt on the fastball, late depth on the breaking ball, hence the ground ball outs for Tyson Ross this afternoon.
New pitcher for the White Sox as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Right-hander Frankie Montas, last year in the minors. This 22-year-old youngster from the Dominican, they really like him. He was 5-0 in the minors last year with that 1.44 ERA. Struck out 81 and 80 strikeouts in 81 innings, and the batting average, look at that, 182, is all opposing hitters could manage against Montas.
He's got a thick frame. Ball 98. Wow. I mean, you look at his delivery, it looks effortless. The ball jumps out of his hand.
Jerko 2 for 2.
98 and 99.
No wonder they like his minor league marks. Just a baby, 22, from the Dominican Republic. And a drive to right field. Jed Jerko comes alive today, 3 for 3. Had only 6 hits all spring. Maybe he's inspired by the performance of his beloved West Virginia Mountaineers to make the Sweet 16.
Well, Montas gets ahead at 98, 99 mile-an-hour fastballs taken, right? Then he pulls the string and he leaves it over the zone. It's not the pitch, it's the location of that pitch. Speeds up the bat of Jerko, and he slices it to right field for a base hit.
Tommy Medica hitting for the first time, and talk about hot hitter. Nobody in baseball this spring has a better mark than Medica. 556, 15 hits, 27 at bats, 4 home runs, and he's knocked in 11 to lead the Padres. Look at those numbers for Medica. Does he make the team? And he drills that one to left field. Cabrera on the run, able to run it down for the first out. Hustling back to first, but not in time. It's a double play. Jerko running on the pitch is doubled up. Off the bat of Medica, looked as if that might be a base hit. That'll bring up Alexi Amarista, is grounded out and singled. '98. So 3 double plays for the White Sox on the afternoon. Couple started by the shortstop Ramirez. 99. Flirting with that century mark with a fastball. 2-0.
Dick, I'll be quite honest with you. I wasn't focusing on Jerko on first base. I was concentrating on the ball hit sharply to left field.
Cabrera, who year after year is among the leaders in outfield assists. He had 13 last year and 82 in his career. That's a great throw from left field to the first baseman. Eases up on the fastball and throws a strike at 97. Let's go back to Jerko. Was he running on the play, or did he think that ball was going to fall?
Oh, no. You know what? He wasn't running. He was a secondary lead.
And he thought that ball was going to drop. And look at the arm of Cabrera. Wow. Is that any good?
Wow. Yeah.
Line to the second baseman. Amarista hits it sharply, but right at Sanchez. Inning ends. Padres lead 5-0. Padres baseball brought to you by Petco, the power of together. By Kaiser Permanente. Drive. By Harrah's Resort, Southern California. And by Hyundai. Visit your Hyundai dealer for our March sales event. Dick Enberg with Mark Grant, Chris Button from the beautiful desert topography outside Phoenix, Arizona. We're out in the northwest corner in Peoria as Joaquin Benoit makes an appearance here in the top of the seventh.
Oh, a nice little tune-up inning in the back third of this contest with a 5-0 lead. We know all about Joaquin Benoit. Great numbers last year. He is around the plate. Very few walks. Only 3 home runs. And opponents only hitting $151 off the veteran right-hander last year. Fastball, mid-90s. Change-up. Breaking ball.
He'll face Gillespie, Garcia, Ramirez. They're scheduled here in the middle of the White Sox order in the top of the seventh. Gillespie hit that fly ball sun double. The only hit off Tyson Ross back in the 4th inning. Sharply hit over the diving try of Alonso and a sharp base hit for Gillespie. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Boys and Girls Clubs do help young people reach their full potential as productive and caring and responsible citizens through programs that promote character and leadership, education, healthy lifestyles, and more. For more information, visit foxsportssupports.com. Avi Garcia, the right fielder, struck out both occasions against Tyson Ross. Only the second hit for the Sox today as Gillespie with a sharp single to greet Benoit. Fastball at 94. Benoit last year 4-2 at the record, a 1.49 ERA. That was the second best for a relief pitcher in the National League. And his 151 batting average allowed was the 4th best in the major league. So a solid first season in San Diego for Benoit. Fly ball, right field. Almonte out there now for Kemp has the first out.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
As you saw, Emilio Bonifacio has been inserted as the pinch runner for Connor Gillespie. And with one out, here's Alexi Ramirez. He's grounded out and struck out. There's Bonifacio. That ball drilled to deep left field. Will it stay in the ballpark? Off the top of the wall over the head of Medica. Maben there to back it up, and running all the way is Bonifacio, and the Sox have a run. It's 5-1. Booming double by Avi Garcia. Alexi Ramirez.
There comes a point in time for an outfielder when you get to the point of no return, and Tommy Medica could have went two ways here. He did the latter to where he kind of gave up on it a little bit. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but do you go to the fence? Do you leap into the fence and try to make the grab? Either way you look at it, the camera Maben was backing up over there. That's the duty. That's the job of the center fielder. Anytime that ball is hit that way, you got to go back there. If it's off the glove, if it's off the fence, to get that ball quickly back into the infield.
Ramirez continues his productive bat here in the spring. That's his 14th RBI. Tyler Flowers grounded twice to the third baseman. Pinch runner Luis Garcia. As manager Robin Ventura starts to use his reserves. Padres with a 5-run fifth inning on 7 base hits, and now the Sox on the board. Gillespie single and Ramirez double.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a treat with Benoit on the mound and Rocky Gale getting a chance to catch the veteran right-hander. Right, Rocky Gale, minor league catcher in camp, getting a chance to catch one of the big timers.
Broken bat ground ball to second. That'll advance the runner, but out at first is Flowers. 2 away. Ramirez to third. And the catcher is scheduled Giovanni Soto. Trying to pick up Ramirez from third base and cut into the Padre lead, make it a 5-2 game. So with the changes, the Padre infield now is Spanchenberg at third, young McCoy called over from the minor league camp at short, Pena at second, Alonso at first. Outfield of Medica, Maben, and Almonte left to right, and Gale behind the plate. Jumps ahead of Soto, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Joaquin Benoit can take his own sweet time out there, right? Good results, though. Kind of lulls the hitter asleep a little bit.
14th season in the big leagues for Benoit. Now 37 years young.
Oh! How did that not hit him? Rocky Gale, good for you. You talk about great hand-eye coordination.
That's covering a lot of ground for the catcher. That ball behind the hitter.
Going to his left, Rocky Gale, pitch behind him, catches it right in the sweet spot.
Saves a run.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull the rabbit out of my hat. Man, that was a heck of a play.
Comes back with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball missing. 2-2. Another block by Gale, and the runner discouraged. Hustles back, does Garcia to third. He was halfway to home. Boy, credit with Rocky Gale with saving 2 runs here in this inning.
Going to his left, going to his right, blocking that ball in the dirt. This is not an easy play, folks. It's one of those in-betweeners where it doesn't really skip just right out in front of your glove. Let's watch where this ball hits. That hit up by home plate, so you really got to square that up to keep it in front of you. Leaks by him a little bit.
Gale has been in the Padre organization for a while. He's 27. Went to the University of Portland. And Benoit loses Soto. First walk from the veteran right-hander, so 2 on. And the scheduled hitter, Carlos Sanchez. Sanchez hit by a pitch and grounded to short. Beltre will be the pinch runner for Soto. Angel Beltre. Now the White Sox continue a threat here in the 7th. They've scored 1, have runners at the corners, 2 out. Inside. Benoit, not his usual sharp self.
Still getting the king shot a little bit, maybe, huh?
Yeah. Over but high. A little more on Rocky Gale. He was signed by the Padres in 2010. He was a late round pick, the 24th round. Had a solid season at El Paso last year. He hit .303. Two and 0. That's in there.
You know, I've been watching Rocky behind the plate. He sets up nicely, gives a nice target. He frames the ball well. And he's proven this inning. He prevented a run. Going behind the right-handed batter to catch a ball on the fly, and also blocking a ball in the dirt, which was pretty darn tough. So he's done quite well.
Back to the mound, knocked down by Benoit, and the put out at first base. A run on a couple of hits, 2 men left. Stretch half for the 7th. It's a kid's game, even if you're Pirates with a 5-1 lead as we go to the last of the 7th inning here at the beautiful Peoria complex. Looking ahead here on Fox Sports San Diego, more action here in spring training before the April 6th start at the season opener at noon at Dodger Stadium, and then the home opener against the Giants on April 9th. But we have TV with the Rockies and the Royals on the 27th and 31st here from Peoria, as well as the Mexico City exhibition on the 4th of April, just prior to the season opener. Montes stays in the game. Impressive fastball. And it's Cameron Maben, his 4th at bat. He's walked, grounded out, and doubled in 2 runs. The key base hit in that 5-run 5th inning. Delivered by Maben with the bases loaded. Drilled 1 past third to knock in 2. Later scored himself. Foul back.
That's it, Ken. Come on.
Lands on our roof. Now Bonifacio stays in the game at third. Garcia at short. Veteran catcher Gutierrez behind the plate. George Gutierrez, he's been around. Rounded into right field sharply as Maben goes the opposite way. Second hit for Cameron Maben. He's been on base 3 times today.
Well, you talk about letting the swing do the trick. Nice, easy swing. Maben did it earlier, pulling the ball. That time going the opposite way. Very nice.
Jake Gobert running for Maben. Yonder Alonso second at bat. He singled, drove in a run, and scored a run in the 5th. His only time up. .96 on that fastball.
Last call for cold beer. I'm almost done.
And the single by Maben, and the Padres have a dozen base hits today. 2-0.
How about making a Baker's dozen? That'd be 13, right?
You got it. 2 for Maben. Solarte with a single. Alonso with a base hit. Kemp with a leg double. Quinton with a pair of hits. RBI single and a double. Jed Jerko 3 for 3. 3 singles today. Norris had a single. Amarista a single. After Alonso, Abraham Almonte will get his first swings.
Oh, what?
97 for the second strike. 2-2. Both bullpens busy as we're into that phase of spring training where managers want to give several pitchers at least 1 inning of work. Although young Montes is getting his 2nd inning, and he has another strikeout.
You know, not only do we have the so-called A games here, like right, the 1 o'clock games, and then they'll have night games. They also have B games. We talk about that every year. 10 o'clock starts on one of the fields, like maybe field 1 or field 2, to where Buddy Black and Darren Balsley can give pitchers some innings. And just because it's a B game doesn't mean it doesn't matter. They look at what you do in those early starts. Guys can get at bats as well.
I'm going to go out and check out the minor league camp and B games tomorrow morning. You get to see some of the faces and names, and then later in the year when we hear about a certain player doing well on one of the farm clubs, you can, you know, crank it back.
Sure.
And remember him here in Peoria. I remember the first time I saw Jed Jerko. First thing I said when he came over, I said, "How do you pronounce your name?" You know?
Yeah. I think the story of last year was that when Chase Headley was trying to get back to health, remember, he would go from field to field. He'd take an at-bat on one field, do whatever, and walk right to the next field, wait on deck, get an at-bat. After that at-bat, go to the next field. get an at-bat.
The whole organizational process is really fascinating,
is. Yeah.
and it's so well rehearsed, and there are just no glitches. You know, they have it programmed. It's up on the board at 7 in the morning. You can go in the clubhouse, and here's where every player in this camp, 100 players, major leaguers, minor leaguers, here's what your day's going to be like.
Yeah, you know, the mastermind for the Padres behind that running spring training is Glenn Hoffman. He puts everything together. When you see certain groups, certain fields, pitchers doing this, pitchers doing that.
Almonte 3-0.
It's that man right there putting together spring training.
He's getting the hop back in his step now after that knee surgery. Yeah. Well, they took out a piece of bone spur in his knee. You wonder how he could even walk.
Yeah.
He said he'll be on the lines again at third base before the end of the spring training period. There's a low strike, 3-1.
Well, they also found a bottle cap, a license plate, and a tennis shoe in there.
And a Red Sox program from his rookie year. Three and one out. Gobert, the pinch runner at first base. Foul tip, runner going, and Gobert is in there. Ball goes into center field, but no chance for further advance. The way Gobert was running, it looked as if that was a hit and run. In fact, Almonte swung at ball 4.
He's definitely off. Pitch was down and away. Could have been.
Credit him with a stolen base. And a full count. Almonte. Beautiful alliteration in his name. Abraham Almonte. Fouled again.
Keep going, Ed. Keep going.
Accustomed to training here in Peoria, Almonte, because he was in the Seattle Mariners organization, so he just had a short walk of equipment coming over from the other side. Way outside, and there's a couple of Padres aboard here in the 7th. First walk from Frankie Montes brings up Rocky Gale. Gale getting a chance to swing in a big league exhibition game. Brett Wallace is on deck and will hit in the DH spot. Carlos Quinton starting there. And Carlos 2 for 3, a single and a double, and an RBI. Well, if you're going to be called a Rocky, then you ought to be a catcher, huh? That's his real name. That's not a nickname. Rocky Michael Gale. Takes a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, a little low. Yeah, this spring with the big club, Gale's had just 4 at-bats with 1 hit.
Boy, 4 stops. You mentioned, Dick, last time that he signed back in 2010. In 2011, 4 stops for Rocky Gale. Started the year at Fort Wayne, A-ball. Went to Lake Elsinore, A-ball. Went up to Tucson, AAA, and then back down to AA at San Antonio. 4 stops, 1 year. Welcome to the minor leagues.
Yeah, you know, kids are rewarded for that kind of effort and play and determination. That's why he's in this major league game and earns a walk, and the bases are loaded. Almonte to second. Maben's pinch runner Gobert over to third. And we may have a pitching change as Brett Wallace will bat for the first time, the former Houston Astro.
Looks like pitching coach Don Cooper out to have a chat.
Wallace has had a under the radar spring. I mean, he's made some terrific defensive plays. Remember on our telecast on Saturday, he made that diving play in the hole at first base, and meanwhile he's 7 for 17, hitting .412. So Wallace with the bases loaded. Chance to add to the Padres 5-1 lead. Brett has 4 RBIs this spring. One of those veteran players that not willing to hang it up. The very worst, he'll be a member of the AAA El Paso team. A little shaky with the control here in the 7th. The 22-year-old Montes. Fly ball behind third, shallow and left. Tagging is Gobert, and he's not going to come in. That throw is going to be right on line. So 2 away. And Corey Spangenberg will bat for the first time. There's another young player, a #1 draft pick of the Padres a couple of years ago, that's had a very nice spring. A lot of things to like. He's made some good plays afield. Not spectacular, but solid. And with the bat, 8 for 27, hitting .296. Hits the ball the opposite way very effectively. There's a big hole on that left side.
He does have a great idea at the plate, going the other way. We're seeing the defense there, and he knows that Montas has a good fastball, so he's probably looking towards left field. Boy, way off the line is Bonifacio at third. Hard thrower, left-handed hitter. Big gap between Bonifacio at third and the third base bag.
Figures the ball's going to be hit to that left side with the speed of Montes. Gobert at third. Almonte at second, and Gale at first with 2 outs. Hit well to center field. That's chasing center fielder back to the wall. It's off the top of the wall. 2-run score. 3-run score on his way to third with a triple to Spangenberg. Yeah, the young guy continues to hit well. The Padres lead it 8-1 on a bases clearing triple off the center field wall. Corey Spangenberg.
Well, when opportunity knocks, Corey Spangenberg has shown that he could come up with some big hits and a little bit of pop as well. There's no way that Eaton's going to get this ball, plays it on the hop, hits the bottom of the fence there, and then the speed of Spangenberg. He can put the ball in play, he can run the bases, and he's pretty darn good with the glove as well. Clearing the bases. It's good to see.
Yeah, he's forced the coaching staff to put some strong notes on their pads regarding his future. 98 on this fastball. Ramiro Pena is the hitter for the first time. Spangenberg at third, and the count goes 2-0. So those 2 walks became runs as the wildness of Montes burns him in this inning. Spangenberg with that deep drive to center field, a 410-foot triple. Spangenberg with a couple of doubles and a triple, now has 9 RBIs this spring. That's second on the team. Medica leading the way with 11, and he's on deck. Padres 8 runs on 13 hits. White Sox a run on 3 hits. Pena, veteran infielder. 318 on the spring, 7 for 22. And another walk. That's the third on the inning for Frankie Montas. So he's got a big arm, high velocity. He's hit 99 miles an hour today, but that strike zone is jumping on him here in the 7th. That pushes Padres on the corners. Look at the slugging percentage of Tommy Medica, over 1,000. Second or third rather to Chris Bryant and Brett Eibner, a young Kansas City player. Chris Bryant, of course, the outstanding third base prospect of the Cubs from the University of San Diego. And a strike to Medica, a chance to add to his slugging percentage. His first time up, he lined to left field. Leads the club with 4 home runs and 11 runs batted in. First and third, 2 out. Oh, he's a fastball hitter. He was on that one. 8th man to bat in the inning. One of the kids called up from the minor league camp. On deck, Mike McCoy.
So the coach of the Chargers is getting some baseball in?
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, he's a fan. Swing and a miss, and down goes Medica. That would have been a ball. Couple of strikeouts for Frankie Montas, but the Padres add 3 more on Spanchenberg's triple. Side of Peoria Stadium, a small little league diamond for the kids to play, but on this Monday most of those are studying well, I would presume. Cactus League action, the 20th game of the spring for the Padres as they try to level their record at 10-10. An impressive hitting show. 8 runs on 13 hits. The pitching's been outstanding as well. 1 run, 3 hits allowed as veteran Dale Thayer takes over in the top of the 8th.
So last season, Dale Thayer pretty reliable. You see fewer hits than innings pitched, 53 and 65 plus. And then the whip. What is that? Whip is walks and hits to innings pitched. So when you look at the 1.056, so just a little bit of 1+ runners per inning when Dale Thayer was out on the mound.
Leadoff man Adam Eaton stays in the game. He is grounded out to short and struck out twice.
So 1 runner or fewer per inning. That's pretty darn good. If your whip is 1.5, 1.5, yeah, it's a lot of action on the base paths. That means you're working out of the stretch quite a bit. With runners on, Dale Thayer always working from the stretch, even with no runners on base.
Here in the background, they announced the attendance today, 4,010. The Padres have averaged over 7,700 a game here at Peoria, but a cozy crowd on this lovely Monday afternoon. Count remains 1-2 to Adam Eaton. So Montes goes 2 innings, allows 3 runs on 3 hits, walked 3. Sharply hit, nicely handled by Pena at second for the first down. Change in the outfield. Gilbert stays in the game. He's in right field with Almonte moving to center. Maben's afternoon is over. Cameron Maben had a good afternoon. 3 times aboard, a walk, 2-run double, and a single. Scored a couple of runs. This is Courtney Hawkins batting for the first time. Foul tip. Goes after the high limb. 93. Surprise. Thayer. 93 on the fastball.
You can put it in stone, right?
You sure can. Yeah, you got to put something on that final marker in life. 93 on my fastball.
Oh,
Wish I could say that.
Yeah.
Hawkins, a non-roster outfielder, an invitee, was at Winston-Salem last year. Lines that one, but is hooking foul. Hit 249 at Winston-Salem with power. 19 home runs. He's hit 19 each of the last 2 minor league seasons. So they like that. Young man out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Just 21 years of age. Boy, he's built for power, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You can't hit him out if you can't make contact. Strikeout for Thayer. His first.
Just reach back and throw the old 4-seamer up and out of the zone. And as the gentleman to my left in the other booth would say, he go.
The Hawk, huh?
Yeah.
He's flying today here in Peoria.
He is.
How about those White Sox uniforms for their announcers? Abreu, little punch shot over first base. He'll take a bloop single. Only the 4th White Sox hit today. Harrelson and Steve Stone wearing the lovely pink shirts, huh?
Yeah, I like it. Fighting off a pitch that's up, actually down. I stand corrected, and just fighting it off, big, strong. That's what happens.
Bonifacio entered the game as a pinch runner now to bat. Look at that. Well, he got through the mirror. It's kind of hard to see. A little glare there, but yeah, Hawk Harrelson, he's ready to hit the pink pony tonight. Fly ball Bonifacio, shallow back a short. Maben calls for it, makes the catch. That's it for the Sox in the 8th inning. And we go to the bottom of the 8th in Peoria. The Padres by 7.
Bottom of the 8th, and I'm joined with Jason Lane. Thanks so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about how your spring's been so far.
It's been great. Just getting some innings in and got a couple a start and a couple extended innings, and I started against the Dodgers and looking forward to it.
When you came into spring training, you said you did winter ball. What was kind of your main goal to want to work on?
Just to keep pitching and keep getting experience. Still somewhat new to this side of it, and I felt real good about how my year went last year, and just wanted to keep playing.
You talk about being new to it. What does a guy like James Shields bring to that clubhouse, and what have you learned from a guy like him so far?
A lot, actually. Just being in his group throughout spring and just listening to him talk about different sequences, different thoughts, and pitch selection, stuff like that. He's got a ton of experience and a great guy to learn from.
Well, in case the viewers didn't know, I'm also sitting with a movie star. Star may be maybe a little over the top, but you were in the movie Boyhood, or you were playing in the movie Boyhood. A shot of you hitting a home run. How did that all go about, and how did you find out that you were in the movie?
It was just by fate. I read an article after I had heard that I was in the movie about how they just happened to have the camera rolling, and I hit the home run right when they had it rolling, and it worked out perfect. But I didn't have any idea that they were shooting the movie, and didn't hear about it till last summer once it came out, and it was a fun thing to go watch the movie and kind of wait for that part to come and all that.
A little bit of a backstory. It's a movie that took 12 years to make, and it's when you were with the Astros. You go to the theater to go see yourself. What was that anticipation like?
It was a little different. It was a small theater in Northern California in Sebastopol, so there wasn't many people in the theater, and I went with my fiance and my mom, and it was fun.
Sorry you didn't get an invite to the Oscars or the Globes.
Yeah, or didn't win one either. Had a lot of nominees. I was pulling for them, but it didn't work out.
Well, we appreciate it. Good luck this spring, guys.
Well, thank you, Chris. Patricia Arquette did win Academy Award for Best Actress in that incredible film, and the fact that you could keep all those actors together for 12 years in the movie Boyhood.
Yeah, really incredible. And thanks for Eric or Jason.
Yeah, and he's going to pitch against the Dodgers on
my lanes mixed up.
Yeah. So young Mike McCoy gets a chance to bat in a big league game, and he walks to lead off the Padre 8th inning against the new White Sox pitcher Daniel Webb. That one bounces into Gobert and by the catcher, so McCoy will take second base on the wild pitch.
Come on, Gobi.
Kind of a two-seam slider type pitcher Webb is, and that one he yanked big time. Big time. And tough for any catcher to try to block that one.
The Duke of Paducah on the mound. Webb from Paducah, Kentucky. And like anyone from that Commonwealth, they're all a flutter about the Kentucky Wildcats. Will they go unbeaten? A rare unbeaten season in college basketball. Yet to be decided. West Virginia next on Thursday. 2-1. Daniel Gobert got a chance to eat big league pitching and lived a good life last year coming up with the Padres. A very popular guy in the clubhouse. And he rips that one to right center field, and that's up the alley. All the way to the boards, scoring McCoy easily, and Gobert cruises into second. An RBI double as the Padres take a 9-1 lead. Hitting close on today for San Diego.
We had a chance to talk with Jay Gobert a couple days ago, and his feelings on this spring training. He says he feels great. He's getting some at-bats. And basically he said, you know what? I just have to go up there and put a good plan in place. Hope I get a good result, because the rest of it is out of my control. What's not out of his control is putting a nice-looking swing there. He turned that around quickly.
Alonso, an RBI single and a strikeout, his 2 at-bats. Fly ball to left field. That's a long run out there, and that ball is just foul.
Good, huh?
9 runs on 14 hits for the Padres. They've taken advantage of some wildness here in the late innings. Another walk comes around to score. Every position in the lineup for San Diego with at least 1 hit today, except the third spot. Upton and Almonte both walked. So everyone's reached base, everyone contributing. Tomorrow, right here, the two teams that occupy the Peoria complex. It'll be the Mariners and the Padres. Andrew Kashner going for San Diego, and you just saw Jason Lane. He'll pitch over at Goodyear against the Dodgers in the Wednesday game. And just a thought, because it's been implied before, you're going to face, I think Clayton Kershaw is scheduled to pitch. It'll be interesting to see if he pitches. And there's some, why throw someone you might be pitching against the Dodgers in that first series against them in spring training?
Right.
Just and it's not likely Lane will be on the starting rotation, so give him a chance, the veteran. Alonso grounds out unassisted to first. Well, Gobert to third.
I can see the argument where you wouldn't want to, pitch a certain pitcher. And once again, there are really no secrets. I mean, guys get their at-bats in years past. You have video. You have so many scouting reports. Maybe it's just that one time where certain teams don't want to throw a certain pitcher against the club. And then on the Dodgers standpoint, he's going to be facing them, so why not throw him out there, right?
Yeah. And at Kershaw, that's his time in the rotation.
Right. You don't want to disrupt that.
And but he did get hit in the face with a ball off the bat of Andy Perino in his last start. It didn't take him out of the game. He still went on to go 5 innings, allowed only 1 run. It happened in the 3rd inning. And we'll see. That game will be on Padres radio. A ball and a strike to Abraham Almonte. His second at bat. He walked and scored in the 7th. Ooh, late swing. 1-2.
Put in place somewhere.
4,010 the attendance here for this Monday action. Padres putting together the entire package. Excellent pitching and very good hitting. 14 hits, 9 runs. Pitching allowing only 1 run and 4 hits. Padres expecting to pitch Marcos Mateo in the 9th inning. We'll see if it's Mateo. Fly ball right center. Long run, but the catch made. And walking in from third base with another run is Gobert on the sacrifice fly. Almonte. And the Padres have hit double figures.
Sure, it's pretty much a laugher at this point in spring training, but a good job by Almonte getting that ball elevated. Looked like he went out and got it rather than hitting a grounder. Hopefully we see a lot of that this season. A lot of high fives in the Padre dugout.
Ripped by Gale, foul. Well, the Padres have equaled their high run mark for the spring with 10 runs. They scored 10 in a win against the Giants, 10-3. Gale walked and scored his only time. Chase that breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2. Another one in the dirt. Defensively, Andy Wilkins has taken over at first base for the White Sox, and J.B. Shuck is center field.
Ah, shucks.
Couldn't wait. Wonder if he's from Iowa. They do a lot of shucking there.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, we shucked a lot in Michigan coming out of it. We even had popcorn on the farm. We thought that was pretty cool. Up the middle, knocked down by the second baseman Sanchez. The throw to first, not in time. It's offline, and that's a base hit for Rocky Gale. 15 hit attack today.
Hey, good for Rocky Gale. Doing a fine job behind the plate this afternoon. Late in the game, he rocketed a ball foul over the left field foul line into the stands, and then he hits this ball sharply. You know, not blazing speed, but he gets down the line quite nicely for a catcher. Not big in stature.
That'll bring up Brett Wallace. Since entering the game, Wallace has been up once, flied to left field. The Padres with a 5-run fifth to take a 5-0 lead. 3 more in the 7th. Now 2 here in the 8th inning for their 10-1 lead. Corey Spangenberg with the biggest hit of the afternoon, a bases loaded triple, waiting for another chance.
Dick, I know you mentioned it earlier, but 2 weeks from today, what happens on the field from that point on goes on the back of your bubblegum card. Opening day, Dodger Stadium.
And then second opening day at home against the Giants on the following Thursday. And we are going to have some terrific crowds for that 4-game series with the world champions. Most of those games are going to be sold out or are sold out. So just looking ahead, fans, you might want to consider the following series against the Arizona Diamondbacks Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Some good seats available for those 3 night games. And then after the 7 games at home, the Padres take to the road and go to the Windy City. 3 games with the Cubs. Doggone it, we never get to Chicago when the ivy's on the wall. We're always there in the spring.
Is there going to be a wall there?
Well, that's another point.
I know. I say
anxious to see that renovation. Whoa, ripped by Wallace to right field. Another base hit. Gilbert will, or rather Rocky Gale will stop at second. And the hit attack continues. 16 base hits. And that gives Spangenberg another chance.
Well, Wallace spent some time with the Houston Astros. Had a pretty good year back in 2011. And from the left side, hey, it's good to know that Wallace has got that bat in the minor leagues. Making some noise here in a big league game in spring training.
Look at those totals.
I love it.
Biggest explosion of base hits of the spring for the Padres. And Spangenberg rips another into right field. Hit so hard, chance for a play at the plate, and so holding at third is Rocky Gale. Spangenberg,
the kid
2 for 2, and both balls just drilled. A triple and now a single.
The kid can hit. He can work a count, but this situation here, runner in scoring position, hey, you get a fat fastball down the middle, turn on it. And that he does.
Hit so hard that the ball was to the right fielder on one hop and no chance for Gale to come around and score. So the base is loaded.
Well, pitching coach Don Cooper having a chat with Webb. Maybe a mechanical issue.
17 hit attack, and Padres with the bases loaded have a chance to add to the 10-1 lead. Ramiro Pena batting for the second time. In Jed Jerko's spot. Jerko went 3 for 3 today. Pena walked his only time. Ball 1 with a breaking ball to Pena. Wallace at first. Gale at second. Check out Gale at third, and another shot up the middle, and that's off the glove of Webb to the second baseman. A 1-4-3 put out. Well, that one, Webb saved a couple of more runs, but the Padres lead it 10-1.
We've been down late in the game. It's kind of, we need a miracle, or we need that big hit from somebody. And now we've got guys that can hit the 2- and 3-run home run in the 8th off somebody's, setup guy or somebody's closer. And I think that's going to be the funnest thing to watch. Is you can't count the pods out.
Yeah, a lot of folks feel that way, not only here in the camp and the Padres clubhouse, but you fans. There have been times in the past you're down by 2 early and you wonder if you can get enough runs to overcome a modest lead. Now, even late in the game, and Andrew Castro saying, hey, with those brickbusters ready to take a attack on Western Metal Supply Company building, you don't want to leave your seats too early this year. You might want to stay to the final out.
Yeah, and another way I look at it is that with more offense, you create more wiggle room for a starting pitcher. Therefore, he can go deeper in the game, right? If you give up a solo shot, it's not so much a 2-1 game where you tie it, right? Or, it's 0-0, and you take a 1-0 deficit. Hopefully that solo shot is when it's like 6-1, it makes it 6-2. You could still leave your starting pitcher in there and go deeper.
Right. That's you don't have to pitch every inning as a shutout.
Right.
So you give up a couple early runs where you might be able to work with a 4-2, 5-2 lead. It's going to be interesting. Marcos Mateo. He's looked pretty impressive here in this spring. He's 30 years of age from the Dominican Republic. He's originally signed with Cincinnati 11 years ago.
I think he's straightened out the hat a little bit, Dick.
Oh, no. Yeah, he had the 45-degree job going the other day.
He has straightened it out significantly. I mean, he had that hat turned big time towards the first base line.
Yeah, he pitched on Friday against Kansas City, a 3-up, 3-down inning, a couple of strikeouts. He falls behind 3-1. George Gutierrez, the veteran catcher. Knocked down and scrambling is Wallace, and can't quite get Gutierrez at first base. Rolled a base hit. Check that, Yonder Alonso at first base. Spring training, folks.
Hey, spring training for the announcers as well. Just got away from just a little bit too much, but Mateo continuing on. If he catches it, Gutierrez might have been safe, but still. Former Padre farmhand George Gutierrez. Back in 2003, drafted by the Padres, 20th round. Went on to Boston, Milwaukee, Oakland, Kansas City, Cleveland, St. Louis, Toronto.
Garcia to hit. He entered the game as a pinch runner. lifted to left center. Almonte out in center field to make the catch. And the DH Tyler Flowers will get another turn. He's 0 for 3 today on 3 ground ball outs. Well, there he makes the turn. I think it has a lot to do with the time of day and where the sun is on the horizon. Kind of, you know, if he gets into a twilight game, he may have it like a catcher, have it all the way around. And for a strike. Flowers in spring. 2015 action. Oop, right on the elbow. Oh, didn't make any effort to get out of the way. So an error and a hit batsman. No, they ruled that a base hit.
You know, I have to laugh because let's take a look at this first. Okay. It hits his elbow, right? And you know what? Buddy Black, remember earlier I said he likes to cheerlead, right? He's into the. This is a spring training game. I heard Buddy on the field, Mike, say, hey, did he try to move? Buddy's playing. Look at it. He did not try. You know what? If I'm the umpire then, hey, get back here. You had made no effort to get out of the way.
He's taking one for the team in a 10-1 game.
Look at this. He doesn't even make an attempt to move. He leaves it there. The ball hits him. He should be back in the batter's box.
Well, he's got that padded protective device on his elbow. You knew that's where it was going to hit. Ball wasn't a blistering fastball. Angel Beltre, the hitter.
See, I think that's where an umpire should get help from the other umpires. He's concentrating on the pitch and see, right? Ask for a little help.
Yeah, maybe in different conditions, an actual regular season game, and when the game's not 10-1 in the spring. Beltre chasing a ball low and in. He strikes out, and the White Sox are down to their final out. Carlos Sanchez has played the entire game, hit by a pitch back in the third, grounded out twice. 2 on, 2 out. Line drive, base hit. Up with it quickly in the outfield and holding at third. He would have scored as Gobert in right field played the ball into second base, but in a 10-1 deficit, the White Sox don't want to risk with such little reward, so the base is full. Nice sharp single off the bat of Sanchez.
Yeah, at this point in the game, this type of game, you don't want to get anybody hurt, so the White Sox doing the right thing there.
Andy Wilkins batting for the first time with the bases loaded here in the top of the 9th inning. First time up for Wilkins. .95 on the fastball. He's got a good arm,
yes,
Mateo.
He does.
First time today, the White Sox with the bases full. Fly ball to center field. Right center field, a deep drive back to the wall. Gobert can't get the catch. 2 runs and now 3-run score on a bases loaded double for Andy Wilkins. He comes off the bench and delivers 3 runs to make it 10-4.
Well, you can throw 95, 96, even 98. If it's straight and over the heart of the plate, that is what these hitters like to see in any game. That's a high fastball. Nice, easy swing, letting the power of the pitch do all the work there. Put the barrel on the bat on. Not far from going out of the yard. But once again, a lot of breathing room. Padres 10. White Sox 4.
Hawkins batting for the second time, struck out swinging the first at bat. Popped up off third. Might be a play. Spanchenberg had no, he doesn't have it. And I don't think that one was in the sun. But it's the old high sky.
Corey knows he should have had that one. He was camped. Just couldn't squeeze it.
He acted as though he had lost it, though, right there.
It's a good old-fashioned boot.
First error by the Padres today, so Hawkins gets another chance. And another ball hit in the air into right field. Gobert circling under it. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. White Sox with 3 in the 9th, but fall short as the Padres of the hit attack. 17 hits win it 10-4.